There's a moment in the forest that every experienced hiker fears. Not when you hear something, but when you hear nothing at all. No wind, no birds, no leaves moving, just silence. A silence so unnatural it feels like the entire forest is holding its breath. Because in that moment, you are no longer alone. People think going into nature brings peace, that escaping the noise of the city will help them find themselves. But they forget one thing: the wild is not our home anymore. And when you go deep, far beyond marked trails, you're not visiting nature, you're entering something else's territory. This is a story from those deep woods where entering is easy, but coming back depends on luck. An experienced hiker decided to go on a solo trip. This wasn't his first time. He knew the terrain, he knew survival. And that's exactly why he made one mistake. He left the trail. The first 2 days were perfect. Peace, silence, just the sound of wind and trees. Exactly what he came for. But on the third day, everything changed. The sky darkened unnaturally fast. No warning, no forecast. Within minutes, a violent storm exploded over the forest. Rain so heavy, visibility dropped to almost zero. Branches snapping, trees shaking, lightning everywhere. Out there, this isn't just weather. This is survival. Desperate for shelter, he ran blindly through the forest. And then he saw it. A cabin, hidden deep between the trees. That didn't make sense. His map showed nothing here. But in that moment, logic didn't matter. Survival did. He rushed inside, pitch black. The air smelled wrong, rotten, stale. Inside, just a chair, a broken table, and an iron cot. But then he noticed something. A sleeping bag, water bottles. Someone had been here, recently. And then he saw the scratches. Deep, violent claw marks carved into the wooden walls. Not by animals. These were human, like someone had tried to tear their way out. His heart started racing. He checked the door and froze. The lock was on the outside. The window screwed shut from the outside. This wasn't a shelter. This was a cage. For a moment, he thought about running, but outside, the storm was deadly. So he stayed, just until it passed. Minutes turned into hours. The storm didn't stop. And then, through the sound of rain, he heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Right outside the cabin. Thud. 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 Someone was walking on the porch, in the middle of a storm, miles away from civilization. Then, pressure on the door. The handle moved, but it didn't open. And suddenly, the truth hit him. That thing outside wasn't trying to get in. It was trying to make sure he couldn't get out. No time to think. He grabbed his bag and slammed into the door with full force. The door burst open, and something outside got thrown back into the storm. He ran, didn't look back, didn't stop. Behind him, something started chasing, fast, on 2 legs. And then, a sound. Not human. A distorted scream, twisted with pure hatred. He ran faster, crashing through trees, slipping in mud, breathing, breaking apart. And then, suddenly, everything stopped. No rain, no wind, no forest. just silence. And right behind him, a whistle. Short, sharp. He stopped. The whistle stopped. He ran again. The whistle came back, matching his steps, right behind him. Whatever it wasn't chasing him. It was playing with him. He threw his backpack and kept running for hours, maybe the whole night, until finally he collapsed onto a trail. Morning came. He survived. But when search teams went back, they found nothing. No cabin, no bag, no trace. As if it never existed. But this wasn't the only story. In another case, a man woke up to find footprints in the snow, coming from the forest, stopping at his truck, and going back. Barefoot, in freezing temperatures. Years later, he followed similar tracks deep into the woods, and what he saw changed everything. 4 human figures, completely naked, in the snow. Not shivering, not speaking, just eating something, like animals. And then there are stories from hikers who realize something impossible. They start with 5 people, but while walking, they count 6, 1 extra, walking silently among them, smiling, acting normal, until confronted, and when it finally reveals itself, its jaw stretches open unnaturally wide, eyes empty, dead, not human. Search and rescue teams know these stories, but they don't talk about them, because sometimes they find things that shouldn't exist, like staircases, standing alone deep in the forest. No building, no ruins, just stairs. Perfect condition, as if placed there on purpose. And every rescuer is given one rule: never go near them. Because those who do say the same thing. When they reach the top, the forest disappears. No sound, no air, just a feeling that something massive is watching them. The woods are not just trees, they are ancient, unexplored, and maybe not meant for us anymore. So the next time you're in a forest and everything suddenly goes silent, remember this, that feeling that someone is watching you. It might not be in your head, because in the deepest parts of the woods, you are never truly alone.